Good morrow to thee, good morrow to thine, good moonshine to thee. Welcome to the Amateur Core Kids Show. Bryatt, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, Chris?
I am so good now that I'm with you.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. The Amateur Core Kids Kiss Show. Yeah. How's life?
It's going good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no complaints whatsoever.
I know, seriously.
Good.
The weather has been so great here.
Really,
I
I hate
understand
it.
that, like,
I
we're probably going to die in a drought, and I love it.
I see. I hate it. I love the
Oh, I
snow.
hate the snow.
I love it.
Fair.
No, it's not. You know it's not
I hate
fair.
the snow so much, and I live here, so
Yeah, I was gonna
whatever.
say the best snow on earth.
Yeah.
It just like I can't. I mean, I can ski, but like the resorts I usually go to, they just barely opened up like all of their lifts, and it's
Oh yeah.
January 22nd as of this recording.
Mm-hmm.
That is unheard of.
That's such a bad sign too.
That is
Yeah.
horrible for Utah.
Mhm.
It is horrible, but I don't know. I love gloomy, so it's
Okay.
weird to be in the middle of almost the end of January, and it is so sunny
I
outside
know.
and
It's like gonna be
50
50
degrees.
degrees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out the band Gloom in the Corner, just because you went to the word gloom.
Oh yeah.
Love that band.
They just announced, I think, a new album. They're
Really?
waiting for pre-orders to like fully
Okay.
like
I love Gloom in the Corner. Great
trickle
band.
out. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Super
it's
good band.
it was one of those like over a European store.
Okay.
Dropped one.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like freaking out, like waiting for it, and then the band hasn't said anything yet. So
Interesting.
the band, like, of course, I could be wrong, and they
Yeah.
could have something out right now, but
Yeah.
it's the last I've heard. So
Okay.
that's exciting stuff.
Speaking of exciting stuff, what have you been listening to, Bryatt?
Whew,
Outside of our show
yeah,
homework we give each other? Show homework.
the heaviest things you could ever imagine. A lot of Chapel Roan.
Heavy.
Oh, the heaviest.
Yeah.
She nails Death Grind.
My favorite mathcore artist, Chapel Roan.
A lot of Diggy Graves, because he just announced a show.
Okay.
Honestly, as childish as it sounds, around my birthday, and it's like me and the
Hey.
boys are going to see Diggy Graves.
Nice, dude.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. And a lot of the new I think 3 of them Lamb of God singles, really
Oh,
solid.
yes. Yeah.
I'm impressed with them. I
Yep.
mean, I'm not like this isn't like their old stuff. No, I just think Lamb of God, anything they touch is fantastic.
I love Lamb of God.
Oh,
And
they're
same
so
thing.
good.
They're not super far from their old stuff. Like it all kind of is in their same style.
Mhm.
So
Have you listened to them yet?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good. I
They're
like them.
I just you never go into a Lamb of God song, especially a new one. You're like, I don't know how this is going to be. You always
Right.
anticipate just greatness.
Totally.
And even if it's not a great song, it's still a pretty solid track.
Absolutely.
So it's just
Yeah.
Lamb of God, and Randy's amazing. And
Oh my gosh, great vocalist.
mhm.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you been listening to?
I went down a rabbit hole of Alisana because I forgot how much I love that band.
Yeah, we talked about this at our last
the
get
party,
together.
man.
Yeah,
Shout out to my buddy Kyle from Pit Therapy. He told me that thinking about Alisana makes him want to throw up. But I love them a lot. Yeah, just a throwback band. I love them growing up. I love them middle aged, and now here I am, old, loving.
Didn't you tell me it was Alice Anna,
It
or
is, but I will not respect that.
Okay, fair enough.
Almost always when I don't know how a band is pronounced, the name is,
Mhm.
I will go and watch interviews with the band, and
Yeah.
when they introduce themselves, that's how you say it.
Absolutely.
However, there's a couple of exceptions to that.
Mhm.
One is Alisana.
Fair
Because
enough.
I grew up calling it Alisana.
Mhm.
That's never going to change. So when I see the interviews, they're like, I'm from Alice Anna. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not the name of
Who's
your band.
that?
The other exception is when Anthony Green said that it's pronounced Seocean instead of Seosin. And it was like, get out of here, weirdo.
What? No.
He did
It's
that like
always,
a few years ago.
It's always
And it was
Seosin.
like,
Yeah.
other people in your band call it Seosin. Why are you all of a sudden on this weird
Yeah.
talk about irrelevancy?
Yeah.
Fun fact, I don't really like Anthony Green, but that's just me.
I don't really like Seosin.
Seocean.
I'm not a huge
You
fan.
better say it, though.
Okay.
Okay, speaking of say it, our band today we're discussing,
Mhm.
Gideon, if you did not see the title of this episode.
Mm.
Before we go into like the background of this band and our ranking everything, what's your like history with Gideon?
Okay, so I don't want to say heard of Gideon, but I first got just thrown to the wolves when I saw him with Wage War in 2017.
Okay.
So I think, let me make sure I get this right. I think Cold, if I remember, had just come out.
Yeah.
Either
Cold
it was
in 2017.
But I can't remember if it was like they were touring and then Cold was coming out later in the year, or Cold had just come out. I'm not entirely sure.
It was around the time of Cold, though.
So Cold had just come out, and so in preparation for the show, I looked into some stuff, and they had like their singles, or the whole album was out. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, honestly, just to go from not really knowing them and then seeing them
Yeah.
was really, really cool. Really
That's
cool.
awesome.
It is one of those weird scenarios where when you're introduced to a band in their, I guess now at Cold's time frame is
Yeah.
halfway through their career that's still ongoing. It's hard to go back because you've established their sound.
Mm,
For me, it is at least.
yeah.
And this is not like a hint of what's to come by any means. It's really not. But I went backwards very late after I found them. It took me a
Okay.
couple years to kind of go back to Costs and
Okay.
Calloused and things like that.
Yeah.
But I followed them. Like, I was so excited for their release after that, and that's where I'll end, because then the rankings
Okay. Then
will.
the spoilings
Uh-huh.
begin.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what
That
about
rocks.
you? I heard you're very big into
Yeah, I've been a
Surge.
fan of Gideon forever. As a Christcore kid, you had to
Yeah.
love Gideon.
Hmm.
Um,
Huge.
with a lot of the Christian metalcore of the late 2000s, most bands lean into the metalcore side of things,
Hmm.
and Gideon, when they started out, leaned into the hardcore side of things, which made them instantly different
Big time.
because they were not just trying to be um, Oh Sleeper. They were not just trying to be Sleeping Giant. They were trying to be like, we're our own thing, and that's
Hmm.
great.
Yeah.
Well, this is a good time to talk about the background of Gideon, by the way.
Hmm.
Picture it. Year's 2008.
Ooh.
Obama.
Yeah.
And Gideon started.
I think I just got done breastfeeding.
Yes.
Hmm. I was
Someone
9.
else or
Myself, my own.
you was so poor. You had to breastfeed yourself.
Southpaw.
Times are hard, man.
Yeah, they are.
In this
Especially in
economy, if you
2008.
can't if you can't breastfeed yourself, how do you expect to breastfeed someone else?
I
You know
do
what I mean?
remember playing Guitar Hero or Rock Band and failing on medium while my parents are fighting to keep the house. So
2008. And that's exactly where Gideon comes from. Their
yes.
parents were fighting to keep the house. They said, what if we started a band about Jesus? Yeah. So Gideon started 2008 as a metalcore, hardcore Christian band. And they kept that label until 2019.
Yes.
So they were a Christian heavy band for 11 years. And then in 2019, different than a lot of the other Christcore bands that left Christianity, um, Gideon just more was like, it's not really our thing anymore. We don't really like, with all the friends we have, we don't feel the need to tell them they're going to hell because they're not. And so we don't want to be part of this whole Christian thing.
Yep.
Bands like Under Oath did so just like opposite. We want to be so different than how we grew up. And then you have other bands like way back in the day, like Zayo. Zayo started off as Christian and then just were like,
Oh.
it's not our thing, but we're going to keep playing the Christian songs. Gideon just sort of took a turn. But what was weird about Gideon's turn is they went from we're not Christian anymore to now they're like yeehaw metalcore. And that was the unexpected twist of Gideon.
YALLternative.
YALLternative, because it went from dudes in camo with dad hats to cowboy hats.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know of another band that's done that.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, there are bands that went not cowboy, not anything, but they went down the direction of alternative, like Kublai Khan. Like, he only wears like wife
Yeah.
beaters and camo pants, and
Yep.
and like, eh.
Do you know the pop punk band Belmont?
I love Bell. Oh
Do you
my
remember they
god,
did Country Girl?
that horrible song. As I've
That
just
was a
like,
weird time of
yeah,
life.
I
They were
love
great. Belmont
Belmont.
was great. And then they randomly had like a pop punk country song, and nobody liked it for the reasons they're supposed to like
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I saw people like, this is awesome how bad it is. Yeah.
yeah. No, I love Belmont.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So
Great
even
band.
that song can't do, even that didn't deter me from loving them.
See,
I love Belmont.
Belmont. Have you ever
They're
seen them
so good.
live?
No, I missed them.
They're
They were
great
just
live.
here
Oh,
in
were they?
November of last
Oh,
year, and I missed them. I didn't. Well, I knew they were playing, but it was just like,
yeah.
ugh.
Yeah. I saw them with Capstan and Tiny Moving Parts.
Whoa. Okay.
Scott, our buddy, asked if I go with him
Yeah.
because he loves Tiny Moving Parts, and I was like, "Yo, Belmont's freaking playing this! It was great."
Heck yeah.
And yeah, great band. Anyway,
If you don't know Belmont, do yourself a favor. It is
friends of the pod.
so fun.
Yeah,
so fun. That's the only way
Yeah.
I can describe them, is they're just
they're very
fun.
like upbeat.
Yeah,
Just super fun.
Yeah, they're Liminal, the album, was my
Great
number,
album.
I think 5 of 2024.
Wow.
banger.
Yeah.
So good. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Gideon though.
Gideon. Yeah.
So what we're ranking today, we're ranking their 5 albums, and then they had 1 single. And the single is important to rank in this because the single is sort of what started their new sound. They not necessarily they like changed genres completely, but when they shifted between 2 of the albums we'll talk about, they went from making, like we said, the metalcore, hardcore stuff to just like straight metalcore. There was no longer hardcore influence. It was just like we want to sound like Fit for a King kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about the single in the ranking as well, because it does actually like have significance in their story.
Yeah.
In the story that they write with their words, the single has a significance to it.
It does.
Yeah.
It absolutely
In the story
does.
of our lives. What is your single? That was rhetorical. I did not really have a thing for that. Should we say anything else before we do our rankings?
I think you nailed it. I don't have any.
Okay.
Unless you have your.
I'm ready. So there's I lied. There's 6 albums in 1 single. My bad.
Yes. Okay.
So, what is your number 7 in the last of the rankings of all of the Gideon works?
The single, No Love, No One.
Okay.
So here's why.
Let's hear it.
So I don't want to call it an EP, but it was 2 songs they released at the same time.
It's a single. Yeah.
So No Love, No One was the title of it, and then the title of the track that Chris is mainly referring to. That song is fantastic.
Yeah.
But when the other song is so unbelievably forgettable that it just I cannot rightfully put it anywhere than last place, because obviously it's hard to put 2 songs in comparison to an album, but when you are also comparing the fact that one song is absolutely amazing and the other one is I can't tell you a dang thing about it.
Yeah.
That's my biggest takeaway. And
okay.
You know what? I have no problem putting a song that is the best thing I've ever written at number 1, but the second song is literally that forgettable.
Yeah.
That I can't put it anywhere else but here.
Fair.
And I can already see the pitchforks, and that's fine. But
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let the pitchforks come, dude. Yeah.
So that I don't have much else to say.
Okay, that's fair.
About that. It's hard to rank 2 songs, especially when one is so bland. So, you have been hyping us up, and I've been so excited.
My number 7 pick for the last place in the discography is the most recent album, More Power, More Pain. I hope I don't hurt your feelings if this is your number 1.
We'll find out.
I hated this album. And I've never listened to it until doing this ranking. And the whole time I was like, what happened to this band?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I used to love this band. And then when they changed their sound, I was like, I don't know, because I am an old school Gideon guy. So listening to this album, the whole time I was like, I just don't get this. Like maybe I'm old, maybe I'm tasteless, but I was just like, every song sounded the same. I genuinely was not into most of it. And a lot of it, I hate just continually dragging that into the mud, but it just feels like we're trying to be Fit for a King, but with cowboy hats. And it was like, I totally get that. Fit for a King has their very defined style, but I don't know. It just didn't feel like it was trying to be Gideon. It was trying to be another band. Because that might sell better records.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I just did not like More Power, More Pain. Also, what is the album art? Is it a skull with barbed wire?
That's what I thought it was.
It's stupid looking.
It's pretty.
Whatever happened to bands walking across the street? Like on Abbey Road.
Oh.
I know.
Perfection.
Favorite band. The Beatles.
Yeah.
And my favorite album by my favorite band's called Abbey Road. It's the one where they're crossing the street. But yeah, like I just don't get it, man. Like I just listened to it and I was like, and I listened to the whole thing. It's like 45 minutes. And I was like, there's not a single song that I was like, oh yeah. Give it to me, Gideon.
Yeah.
I just could not get into it. So it hit my number 7.
Fair enough. That was about where I was expecting that one.
Okay, great.
If it wasn't number 7, it was number 6.
Speaking of number 6, I want to hear your number 6.
Okay, my number 6 is, oh boy, their first album, Costs.
Go to hell.
I know.
Are you serious?
It is.
Well, let's hear the reasoning behind this one.
Okay. It is the most 2011 sounding thing ever.
100%.
It is. There is not another album that I think
100.
of.
It's a time capsule.
It is. It literally is, because you listen to it, it's like, I know exactly when this came out. I can,
Shout out Face Down Records.
uh-huh.
All the bands sound the same.
They all did. So I think I my basis for this was that it felt the most forgettable for me.
Okay.
As a collection of songs, when I think of Gideon,
Yeah.
I can't tell you much about Costs. But I need to say that I don't think Gideon has necessarily a bad album, in my opinion.
No.
So
Well,
I
that's not
just
true. The
think
most recent
this
one.
is the hardest for me to remember, and it doesn't
Okay.
stick with me as much.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's number 6 because it's a bad album. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
And
It's just not your
and I
favorite.
got into this scene like about 5 years after this sound.
Mhm.
So this sound has always been really tough for me to really grasp.
Yeah.
But at the time, I'm sure this was groundbreaking, and
It really wasn't groundbreaking. It was just cool.
oh, okay.
Yeah, because like you said, there's like a million other bands that sound like it.
Yeah, well, okay, that's fair. But yeah, and that's the other thing, is I don't really have much to say about it, because it
Okay.
doesn't. You know what I do? It says because it was it sounded like everything else that Face Down had
Yeah.
done. It didn't even feel unique listening to it now compared to
Okay.
when it came out.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I didn't, but you know what I mean. So
Absolutely.
even for an album that came out in 2011, it didn't feel unique.
Okay.
So
Which it technically wasn't either. Like
mhm,
2011, especially in metalcore, and it just everything was the same.
mhm.
You have to remember too, just for the listeners, this is not new to Bryatt, but like in the 2010s before Sworn In and Siler, metalcore was really boring.
Mhm.
Everybody tried to sound like the Devil Wears Prada. Everyone was trying to sound like We Came as Romans because they were new and they were interesting. Devil
Yeah.
Wears Prada wasn't new, but like, it just became like everyone's trying to sound the exact same.
Mhm.
And then, so towards the end of that was like 2011, because those bands didn't come out to like 2013 or 2012. It was so much of the same, and which is what metalcore does, especially metalcore. Every few years,
Mhm.
it gets so stale, and
Yeah.
just so many bands all trying to sound the same, and then you need someone to try something
I
new.
was gonna say someone comes out with
Yes,
something new, and
absolutely.
then when it gets stale enough, you tend to go back to
Oh yeah.
these albums that came out in this time frame or a little bit
Hmm.
later, whatever.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy to think that probably in like 10 years, this will be like a revival sound. People be actively trying to sound like the first Gideon album,
oh
like the
yeah.
way that people are now trying to sound like Converge and
Mhm.
OG Zayo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It even goes down to the revival of MySpace deathcore.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
people are bringing it back because they know it's
Oh yeah.
pretty
It's
stale
been
right now.
yeah.
It really is,
Hmm.
and they're keeping it alive. So
Yeah, man. Shout out I Kidnapped the Princess. I love you guys. Great band.
mhm.
Yeah. They're such a good
Okay,
band.
good to know. I
Good
don't
band.
doubt
I
it.
Kidnapped the Princess.
Okay,
They're
good to
just
know.
MySpace revival core.
Heck yeah.
And they love super like bass drops like crazy.
Oh
And
yes.
then the last song on their album is a Hey There Delilah cover, which is it's
Nice.
just so like scene kid.
Yeah, it
And they
is.
all dress like scene kids, so whatever. And then it's just like, the first like part of singing is like, oh, what you do to me. Yeah.
That's what we're missing. We're
But we
missing
are
Scene
missing the
Kids.
stupid, annoying emo kids
Mhm.
making music. Yeah. Anyway.
So I think that puts you
Yes.
at
My number six.
yes.
My number six is Out of Control.
Okay.
Um, Same thing. I actually don't think this is bad. There's actually a few bops on Out of Control.
Mhm.
But I think in comparison to the rest of the catalog we're working with, I did not feel this like attachment to Out of Control.
Yeah.
I will say the true brilliance of Gideon that I will never stop talking about is that they did Calloused, Cold, Out of Control, which is the lyrics to a song.
Yeah.
That is freaking brilliant.
Mhm. It
What a
is.
great move. Only a few metalcore bands actually achieve anything interesting to me like that.
Yeah.
Like in
For
Heart's
sure.
Wake when they did Earthwalker and
Sky Dancer.
Skydancer. That is a
Mhm.
brilliant way to connect albums.
Yeah.
That's a genius way to do that.
Mhm.
But a lot of
Absolutely
bands
is.
don't think about future things. They're just trying to put out an album, which hey, whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine. But the fact that Gideon did Callous Cold Out of Control is genius. Anyway,
Yeah.
Out of Control, like we mentioned before, is their first album with their new sound, with not
Mhm.
being Christian, with kind of being bad boys. And it's good. There's some bops on it, but I don't find myself when I listen to it again, because I have actually listened to this one several times. I don't find myself actively re-listening to it.
Mhm.
It tends to be like, oh, I forgot that even existed. I'll just
Yeah.
toss it on,
That's fair.
So yeah, the Out of Control, it was big for them though, because not only were they not Christian anymore, but the change in their sound, I think, was really smart for them in terms of keeping up with
Mhm.
the scene.
Yeah.
Um, in 2019ish is where also you had a big change in metalcore with more bands actively trying to sound like Currents and Wage War. And of course, a couple years prior to that too. I'm not just saying it was in 2019, but those bands, instead of trying to just make breakdowns all the time, there was such a focus on clean
Mhm.
instruments.
Yeah.
Everything sounded pristine. Everything worked so well. They did
Mhm.
not dress like scene kids anymore. It
Yeah.
was trying to dress like professionals, which we all have opinions on. But yeah, like I think Gideon saw that trend and said, okay, what's our way of doing that? We're not going to try to copy Bad Omens, but like, what's a way that we can adapt our sound to be more clean? And I think on Out of Control is where they did clean things up.
Yeah.
It becomes a lot more precise and concise as well.
Mhm.
So it's not bad at all.
It's very
It's just,
professional sounding.
yeah, very
It's
professional
very
sounding in terms
professional.
of like, we're not just kids
Yeah.
with guitars now. We are actually like adults who want to make
Mhm.
adult music.
Which there's an appeal to both styles for
Absolutely.
sure. So it's just a matter of,
Absolutely.
it's understanding that, your favorite band will eventually adapt that sound, or
Right. Right.
they may never get around to it.
Right.
So
All right, sir. What is your number 5?
mine is More Power, More Pain.
Yes.
Yes. So don't worry, it is not my
Thank
number
you.
one. Yeah. So
Because I would have said exactly. Tell me what you love about it. Yeah,
and then I'd be like, I don't know.
yeah, exactly. You're like, I just want to be different, Chris. Yeah,
It shot up to number one when you said it was your number
yeah.
7.
I love when I shoot up to your number 1.
You always do. Um, so I want to call it the Kublai Khan effect,
Okay.
meaning it is now more of the vocalist show, and there just happens to be
It 100%.
3 or 4 other dudes with them.
Mm-hmm.
So this album very much screams like it's almost new metal-y to me. Here's why.
Oh, totally.
Dan, I think his name's Dan, the
I actually don't
vocalist.
know their names.
So
Yeah.
he's a wonderful guy. I met him, and
Oh,
I do really like Gideon. So I want to make this very clear that it's very much him, just like kind of somewhat angry rapping over chugs now.
absolutely.
So it
Yes.
feels it is so cringy in its own way.
Yes.
Like even if you throw out the whole cowboy, he
The
only wears
shtick. Yeah.
NASCAR hats, NASCAR shirts and things like that. If you threw that all away, it still has a cringy delivery for me,
Mm-hmm.
and especially on this album. And I will say, I think this may have gone up one spot if they didn't have that stupid Hank Williams Jr. interview through half the album. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So weird.
The intro is literally a snippet from a Hank Williams Jr.
Uh huh.
interview, and then all of a sudden it's him doing his thing, and then a chuggy, you know, intro
Breakdown.
happening.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. That is all it is, and it is so basic. And that sound is what is driving people to them, and it's the Kublai Khan thing. It is slowing down. It is just more. Not even. It's not even bouncy because it's not fast. It's just
No, it isn't bouncy. Yeah.
no. And I don't. It's got a middle finger attitude, but they never really like show what they're angry at. Does that make sense? It's
Corn.
just like
Yeah.
that's all it is. It doesn't make any sense. It
No,
feels
I
so
completely
lost.
agree. It's very just like we're angry
At what?
for being angry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels so
Yeah.
lost for me. And I think they're big because they're following the curve of what's really, really big,
Absolutely.
but they're still maintaining what
They're
they
still
are.
Gideon. Yeah.
So and I've never had a problem with the Western style. I've never had a problem
Oh,
with that.
yeah,
I
of
don't
course
really
not.
care,
Yeah.
but it's more of like the attitude they've had towards it is what I have a problem with, and that's why it's at my number 5. And I honestly couldn't even tell you when the most memorable thing about that album is the thing I hate most.
Such a good sign.
Oh, it's
Yeah. Such a good
fantastic.
sign.
So I can't tell you
Yeah, man.
most of the songs, if not any of them, but I can tell you that Hank Williams Jr. is on it because he's just talking half the time.
I also
And it
do
makes
you
me
remember
so
I
mad.
remember when this album dropped. I feel like just most people didn't care for it that I knew.
Hmm.
This was not a well hyped album. It was a lot of like people just getting into Gideon got into
Yeah,
this, which is great.
yeah.
Or people being like, it's fine.
You know what? I don't like the term coworker music because
I know.
you can listen to whatever you want, and if your coworker happens to like I Prevail, his favorite band is I Prevail, he wears I Prevail hoodies. That's fine. It doesn't matter. But this is the most coworker heavier metalcore.
Core worker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
core worker. Good one.
You gotta work your core
Yeah.
when you're a core worker.
So
Yeah.
it just that's all it feels like, and it
Yeah,
just is so
I
bizarre.
agree though.
So,
Since the pandemic, I have been to 3 Gideon shows and never stayed for Gideon.
dude, I've never so there's 3 bands that I think of that have the most ridiculous touring schedules I've ever seen, and it is Body Snatcher,
Oh,
Ice Nine Kills, and Gideon.
on
Gideon
tour
just
all the
got
time.
announced for a support
Yeah,
to Alpha Wolf.
yeah,
I've never seen a single headliner with Gideon. They just opened for a band
yeah.
that is slightly more popular than they are.
And I've been to their headlining shows. I just don't stay for them
Oh,
because they
really?
get
I don't even know.
great bands to open for them.
I don't doubt it.
Like, I saw No Cure and another band open for Gideon. I was like, this is only like $12. Great.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm gonna leave now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because they just got
And I
out.
feel like Orthodox and Boundaries have been on tour with Gideon 1,000 times.
Probably.
Shout out Orthodox and Boundaries. If you guys ever want to come on the show, we'd love you.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
very true.
Fascinating thing.
So, yeah,
Um,
that is my number
that was your
5.
number 5.
Yep.
My number 5 is very simple. It is the No Love, No One single.
Mhm.
I completely agree with everything Brad said before. The first song rocks your world, and you go, "Oh man, Gideon's back." And I remember the second song's called Cure, maybe
Too deep.
Too Deep.
Yeah,
That's how deep it
with the
didn't go.
number 2. So too deep. It may be in all caps too.
Too deep.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't go that deep because I don't remember it. Yeah. So too deep, not enough deep. More like deep toot. Shout out anybody that remembers the joke of deep toot from Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah.
I do.
What was there? I just remember the deep throat joke. Like deep throat is in like the Ronald Reagan thing. But deep toot. Where's it going with this? No love, no cure. No love, no one. No love, no one.
Too deep. The song's name is Too Deep.
Too deep.
Your number 5 is No Love, No One.
So I love the song Too Deep.
We are on the Amateur Core Kids show.
I'm here in my house. Yeah. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can smell. Yeah. So I think this single is really bomb. The reason we talked about it because it was significant and it was big for them. Like, the thing is, not trying to be rude to anyone that doesn't feel this way. When a lot of bands lose the title of being a Christian band, it is a nail in the coffin of their career.
Yeah.
AKA Under Oath. Your music sucks so bad now, it's not even funny.
Mhm.
And a lot of bands, not only do you lose the style, you lose fans like crazy, especially Christian bands, because you get those youth group kids that want to listen to metal. All they can listen to is Christian music. So you have this incredibly dedicated fan base, and that's amazing. But when you lose the title of being Christian anymore, a lot of them will abandon you because that was why they listened to you.
Yeah.
So I do think there is a risk for bands that are so heavy into Christian stuff, and then that's when they're actually like Christian bands. There's Christian adjacent bands. Like when As I Lay Dying said we're not Christian, no one was like, "What?" It was like, "Yeah, you tried to kill your wife." You think that's
Chris,
what we find so crazy?
Chris, we need to make sure we're.
You tried hiring a guy at the gym that was an undercover cop to kill your wife.
There you go.
So thank you. No.
Just want to make sure we get it right here.
Man, dude, I know that we're not talking about timely things. You see his newest update lately?
Probably.
Oof, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Anyway, the No Love, No One single though, it is genuinely very good, and it when you can release a single that you will play the rest of your life is a huge deal.
Oh yeah.
What is the song by Like Milestones? Bury Your Pain is a great example of when you have a single that you will play every show the rest of your life. There's hardly any band that has that, especially in metalcore. Singles already in metalcore tend to just be heads up for an album. You don't tend to do singles that are not parts of albums.
Yeah.
But like a few metalcore bands have a single that is so genuinely good that it doesn't have to be on an album. And Gideon is one of the few that like did it right. So that's why like I don't, it's not my favorite song. I'm like bopping all the time, but it does have such a big mark for them and significance, and it is a good song.
It's a great song. Great song. So
that's my number 5 though.
Okay.
Give me a number 4. I am number 4.
My number 4 is Milestone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that though.
Yeah.
With the cat bird.
Yeah, weird.
It is bad artwork. So I'll be honest. I don't know who made it. It looks like a cat bird.
It really does.
Yeah.
So Milestone. So I know I said that Cold is the introduction for Gideon, but going back when I first, because I started over. For
Yeah.
some reason, I didn't realize costs exist. So it was back when I was using YouTube for music, because it
Love.
was like I either had
Such a good time though.
YouTube Premium or Spotify, and I'm like, I'm gonna get music and videos, you know. So I didn't realize costs even existed for
Oh,
even a
okay.
couple years after that.
Yeah.
So I thought Gideon's career started with Milestone. So when
Okay.
I went backwards, Milestone was like, yes, this band is amazing. This band is perfect. This band is, like
Yeah.
I blasted Milestone a lot. So, but there's one thing that has not stood the test of time when it comes to that album. And Gideon still does it, but not to the degree of this album. If you listen closely, I don't know why that bugs me so much. If you listen closely, every single guitar note matches up with the drums perfectly. So the
Yeah.
drum, he could hit a snare and then the guitar goes, dun.
Yep.
It's the exact same beat and it's the exact
Very
same,
much a victim of the style at the time.
and
Yeah.
that's fine. I just don't know why I get now I do. I'm gonna
Yeah,
preface this.
of course.
Now I get sick of it after about 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh my
Do
god.
something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something else.
Because
Because drum beats don't really change that much
no,
in Gideon's music.
not at
Yeah.
all. No, it's very
It's very
much the same. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's very much up there for influence on the band or the album. It is very much up there
There you go.
for the influence that this album had
Yeah.
for my liking towards it.
Totally.
So, but I can't listen to it in full. I did for this,
Yeah.
and I have mad respect for it. But
Yeah.
that's the only thing I could focus on after like 3 songs.
Fair. That's fair.
So
It was very much like the first couple albums, they were so tuned into what they wanted to sound like that they didn't really venture that far from it.
yeah,
And, which is fine.
Mhm.
A lot of bands try stuff, but
of course.
yeah, I completely see what you're saying.
Every Gideon album kind of sounds the same. Even when they change their style,
Absolutely.
there is a very distinct, like this is without
Absolutely.
a doubt Gideon. And I'm willing. It's no doubt that it's Dan is helping that, the lead singer.
Oh, absolutely.
He has not changed his style at all.
No,
He has
he
not
doesn't need
tried.
to. No.
No, he has that you have one thing and you do it so well that that's all you need to do, and that's totally fine.
Oh, yeah.
That's why nobody, if you talk to anybody, no one said their gripe about Gideon is the vocalist. He's
Nope.
fantastic.
Great
He's
vocals.
amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is why it's my number 4.
Okay.
So
I am number 4. I am the captain now. Shout out Captain Phillips. That guy took over a boat. You see that one? Captain Phillips, you never saw that one? You haven't seen that one?
No.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
The
movie with the boat.
The
boat.
where the pirates.
The movie, the pirate boat.
Yeah.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's an iceberg, dude. It was crazy. It was wild.
You're making my brain go a million miles an hour.
Every boat movie is the same.
I am not a movie watcher.
You love movies.
I love them.
My number 4 is Costs. This is the first album I heard from Gideon. Back in the day, I got this. So when I was in high school, there was a few acquaintances in my high school. We were not friends. I'm making that very plainly known. I was not friends with these people. We were acquaintances, though.
Mhm.
And this was late 2000s. And so late 2000s, early 2010s. We would give our parents' computers STDs, finding random bands, and we put them on flash drives, and we trade them at school.
Yeah.
And one of the kids had Costs by Gideon, and this was in like 2011, I think, and it was phenomenal. I was like, this is so fun. Same thing. I wasn't looking for anybody to stand out. That was that time of metalcore, just do chugs, just do chugs, be fun, be crazy, have breakdowns. In 2010 especially, people really weren't looking for anything new. It was just like, let's just do chugs and breakdowns and scream. And I really love Cost because I do think there is a rawness to it that isn't necessarily raw in the music. It's raw in terms of they're early in their career. Let's just try something. Let's just do chugs. Let's do breakdowns. Let's just songs about Jesus. They're very Jesus-y in this album. There's a lot of Christian things in this one.
I wouldn't say preachy though.
It's not preachy. It's not for today.
No.
No.
It is not for today.
It is not for today. We should not do that band.
It's not on our list.
Okay, great. I have like 2 albums I like by them. I actually don't like For Today that much. I'm a huge Christcore dude.
Yeah, of course.
Love it. I actually don't like For Today very much.
Christcore produced a lot of, especially in this time frame, produced a lot of amazing pieces of art with
especially when we're talking about the era of Costs. Holy crap, you were you were up against some titans
Yeah.
of metalcore
You were
that were
honestly
Christcore bands.
surrounded by it. It's kind of
It was huge.
it's not a dead thing, but it's
No.
very much dying in comparison to what it
And
was.
the thing that's funny is that back in the day, especially for those watching that don't know this, you had a lot of Christian adjacent bands. So like the Devil Wears Prada, August Burns Red. You had
Yeah.
bands, or Miss May I were
Mhm.
Christian adjacent, but then you had actual bands talking about Jesus.
Mhm.
They were very Christcore heavy. That they became their own thing.
Yeah.
And then as that goes on, that's actually just formed into its own niche. So
Mhm.
Christcore is very much alive and everything, but like those
Yeah.
bands are not Christian adjacent. It's very obviously they're Christian.
And they're definitely not as loud saying they are a
No.
Christcore band.
I think weirdly with like the death of Warped Tour, you had a lot less bands feeling the need to preach on stage
Yeah.
because like Matty Mullins got in so much trouble preaching on stage, and so did the dude from Matty as well from For Today. Quit naming your kids Matty. That are boys. Anyway, cost.
I thought you were talking about Maddie from Ford today initially, but you said Mullins, right?
No, Matty Mullins from
From
Memphis
Memphis
Mayfire. He
Mayfire,
called
that's right.
girls sluts for
Oh.
wearing tank tops.
Oh, geez.
And it was like weird thing for a grown man to say that people paid to see you,
Yeah.
but
It's also 102
yeah,
outside at Warped
it's
Tour.
Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Seriously. It's
so
wrong on every
I
level.
think Koss is really good. And same thing, like we talked about, Gideon doesn't have like a bad album, so this is just happened to fall down because I think there's better ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, we're in the top 3.
Wow.
Wow.
Number 3 is.
What if Owen Wilson was on our podcast or show? Wow.
Can you imagine? What would Owen Wilson's favorite band be? The Rolodex. I can see it. There is
Yeah,
like.
there's a joke in there somewhere.
I know.
I can't think of it. Dang it.
I can't either.
I'll think of one like at the end of the episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
get ready for it.
Keep thinking. Okay.
Get ready for it. Yeah.
I'm so prepared.
Okay.
My number 3 is Cold.
Okay.
So I hate to say it, this is very much a nostalgia-driven ranking for me.
Great.
So it's one of those albums that the songs that I love. Like they're the best thing I've ever written, sort of thing. But it's also pretty not forgettable, but I couldn't tell you much past the songs I really love.
Yeah.
So like if I listen to this from top to bottom, it is definitely worthy of my number 3, but it's not as memorable as the top 2 for me.
Yeah.
So when I say tracks like Champions, The Game, Scapegoat, I love those. I love those songs. They're so good. But at the same time, you could listen to The Game and then you could mistake it for Scapegoat.
Yeah.
Or
I
Machines
completely see that.
or The Machine or whatever it is. You can interchange the names and it doesn't really. The only one that I can think of on that album is Champions because I literally say Champions in the name in the song. So it's like every title is completely changed. It can be interchanged with one another. So I don't like to rank off of nostalgia, but this one very much got me because I can see, like we always talk about the world famous loading dock, the original loading dock here in Salt Lake City.
Yes.
That's where I saw him. So I can see the crowd going nuts for Champions, and because this song just barely came out.
Yeah,
great song. So it was a killer set. I didn't know any of them, but man, it's great.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah,
I say it. We're amateur core kids. Rank off of nostalgia.
Yeah,
do it.
I don't want to because like if I ranked everything based off of nostalgia, I don't feel like it'd be true to what it really is in my mind. Instead of I can go back and relive the moments that I've, in my life through Cold.
Totally.
So I think that's very special.
Yeah. That's awesome answer, dude. I love that.
Yeah. So that's my number 3.
Yeah. My number 3 is Cold as well.
Awesome.
I love Cold. I don't know if this is a nostalgia thing, so maybe I'm blinded as well.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for a lot of these bands, especially this era, I remember certain bands with how often I played their CD in my parents' old car.
Mm-hmm.
And I had Cold in that CD player constantly. And I think Cold is, in my opinion, which I understand our rankings will be different on this, is the last great Gideon album. Because I think Cold was just so good. Also, Cold is where we get like a Brian Garris feature.
I was talking...
and Laugh Tracks had only just come out.
Yeah, I was talking to Evie about this last night. Yeah. I was finalizing these. And I said, imagine a world, because she wasn't like into this type of metalcore. I mean, she was into it, but it wasn't like this. She probably had no idea who Gideon was. So I said, imagine a world where this little Christian metalcore band had Brian Garris feature on a song for him.
Yeah, and they were nobodies.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Imagine that world. It's
Yeah.
a weird thought. And then if you watch, we watched the music video together, and it's like Bryan had long hair. It's like, what a throwback.
I loved long hair
Oh
Bryan.
yeah.
That's how I learned Knocked Loose was
Mm-hmm.
when Laugh Tracks came out,
Mm-hmm.
and so I worship the way he sounded on that album
Oh
because
my god.
they all sounded different on Laugh
Yeah.
Tracks than they did as the albums went on. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy to think that like, Brian Garris was doing features for
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of people
Yeah.
on at this time. Also, was it this one or is it Out of Control that has the one from Drew from Straight from the Path?
That's Out of Control.
Out of Control.
Yeah.
That feature's also fantastic.
Very good.
Anytime Drew features on a song, you know it because his voice is so distinct.
Oh,
Yeah.
distinct. Very distinct. We always talk
exactly.
about like, there's distinct artists or distinct vocalists like
Yeah.
Bryan, but Drew has one of the most distinct voices in the game.
Have I ever told you about the video where the producer described his voice? Did you talk about this?
I think so.
There's a great video when they were making Stray was making one of their albums,
Mhm.
and the producer said, someone asked like, "How do you describe Drew York's voice?" And he said, "A kid from Brooklyn. You just took his baseball cards, and he's angry." And I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
"I'm sorry. Why is that so accurate?"
It's spot
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Spot on.
With Cold though, I feel like Cold is a very also like complete album.
Mhm.
The songs go together so well.
Yeah.
It's ordered very well, and it gets you very pumped up. The thing I love about Cold compared to most of the Gideon discography is you listen to Cold and you want to punch something. You want
Yeah.
to rip a phone book up. Like it is a very fun, aggressive album.
Mhm.
And the thing is, like we mentioned before, as time went on, Gideon's anger got like displaced. But here I feel like it was very like honed. They were locked in
Yeah.
when they made Cold because it
That's
just
fair.
sounds so good. Yeah.
Well, it was also very much political turmoil around that
Absolutely.
time. There's a lot of political central
Absolutely.
tracks in that album. It almost feels like their anger is forced because they didn't want to be a positcore band.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like they just wanted to sound
100%.
angry, but they weren't sure what they were angry
They
at.
didn't want to be Weak Him as Romans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and which I don't know many people
Nobody
that want
does.
to. Yeah, especially now. So
Seriously.
yeah. So, and that's not meant to be like a dig by any means. I just think
100% is the band
Gideon
sucks now.
just
Oh, Gideon.
yeah, Gideon, yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, the newest We Car album sucks so bad. Anyway, sorry.
So it's not meant to be like a dig at Gideon for like not sure because it's not a sound that is lost or like they can't find
No,
themselves.
not
It's
at all.
just it's very much like what are you guys angry at? Because
it was pretty obvious back in the day, and I think that's
Mhm.
what makes the stark difference.
yeah,
If like all of a sudden Sworn In came back and was Positcore, it'd be just as much of a weird like you used to hate yourself. That's why your music was good.
oh my god, yeah,
That's arguably that's my opinion. Really quick tangent of why the third Sworn In album was so bad
it's fair.
is because it wasn't about how much I hate myself anymore. It was like I'm trying to get in touch with my emotions. Don't you dare slit
No.
your wrists
No,
and talk to me later.
almost at
I
some
guess there's something
point.
to the fourth Sworn In album, but like you want the face
Okay,
on it.
yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
the
'Cause
Make It
I
Hurts on.
blind bought it at Graywell,
Same.
and I was like,
I sold that
no
record for
way.
so much money though.
Really? I think I still have mine.
Because I only like the opening song on that album. The rest of it's pretty bad.
Well, yeah, I don't remember liking it. I haven't kept it because I love it. It's just more like I didn't realize it was going for anything
Oh yeah.
because I don't.
This was a while ago, so I don't know.
It very well could be, but
Is Sworn In on our list? Because that episode will take me 6 hours to go through. I adore that band so much.
We can add it.
Should.
Okay, yeah, I'll throw it on there.
Answer in the comments. Do you want to hear Chris's thoughts on Sworn In?
I do. I mean, I'm not as much of a like Sworn In lover like you are. I love.
I
Sworn
have their
In, but-
logo tattooed in my anus.
Really inside.
Inside.
Wow.
Every time I fart, blood comes out.
Brings blood.
But that's not related to the tattoo.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
blood on the dance floor. There's a whole new meaning. Now. So
And the dance floor is my pants. Blood on the pants floor. But this time, no pedos. Anyway.
That's a good.
I
that's a great
derailed your
aspect.
comment. I'm so
No,
sorry.
I honestly, it was better than what I was going to say. So,
Number 2.
we're on your. Oh yeah. Speaking of number 2, so my
That was so funny, Brian. Damn, that was
number
crazy.
2. My number 2 is Calloused.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
So when you brought up like they had the idea of like the angry, like it
Yes.
came together, that's where Calloused is for me.
Okay.
I would go to war with this album playing. Like
Yeah.
it is everything from the writing, the lyrics, the breakdowns even are
Oh,
just
so good.
so just spot on this album. Like they just mm, I this was the hardest one for me to rank
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah.
So I cannot tell you how many times I have listened to World of Hurt
Oh my
because of
gosh.
that breakdown. It's stuck inside this dun dun World of Hurt, and it's just
Phenomenal.
oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I do not have words, and that's not because it's not deserving of my number two. It's so
No,
good.
no, no. Yeah.
So good. Like this is the shortest description I have of all these albums because everything else has a reason for its spot.
Yeah.
This one, the reason is it's just that
Absolutely.
damn good.
Absolutely.
So Calloused is very much deserving of my number two, and it was so hard to fight for these last ones for sure.
Absolutely.
So, um, this was when I saw them. They were playing tracks off of Cold. I want to make sure I got my years right. Yeah,
Yeah.
off of Cold, and then some of Calloused, because I think I
Beautiful.
remember them playing like Prison Eyes. I think
Okay.
so. It was like a lot of B-side tracks compared to like we played
Yeah.
Survive
We're playing
because
Survive
Caleb's
over
on
and
it.
over again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was a yeah, I literally just have it. It makes me angry in a great way. It's mean.
Yeah.
It's just, it's nasty.
I love that, dude.
That is probably the album that I will, if like they're like, if someone came up to me and says, "I just discovered this band Gideon," I said, "You need to listen to Calloused."
Totally.
That's the album that I'm like,
That's
here,
such a good way of saying it.
this is it. You do
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
This is a perfect album.
Yeah.
So
That rules, dude. I love that.
yeah. So that's all I got to say.
Okay, perfect.
Hmm.
My number 2 is Milestones.
Mm,
I think Milestones for me was where Gideon became not just like a band, but like the band. Because with Costs, it was great, but it was I could fart this and name 20 other bands that sound just like it. Do you know what I mean? But Milestones is where I really was like, okay, Gideon is like they have their own style of doing this.
mhm.
At the time, especially I remember Milestones came out, it was very like, ooh, this is just fun and breakdown heavy and just it has like this for the reason I picked number 2 as well is it is a very good taste of what Christcore can sound like.
Yeah.
Um with Christcore especially, you have so many bands that went the I don't know a better way of saying it because technically it's not right, but like the Silent Planet route
Mhm.
of it becomes much more talky
Yeah.
and it becomes much more I'm gonna recite poetry
Yeah.
to breakdowns or to melodic riffs or whatever.
Yes.
And Milestones was like, nope, we are sounding like living sacrifice and we're just gonna play breakdowns for Jesus.
Hmm.
And that is why I love Milestones so much because it really was like, we are breakdowns for Jesus. We are not trying to figure out anything else. It like, and actually, like Bryatt mentioned before, I think this album is a great time capsule for the style at the time.
Hmm.
It's a great way of being like, no, at the time, metalcore was not super adventurous. It was not really super creative. And it wasn't really, I don't want to say not serious, but also like, because we're over like Neo Monster merch, but we
Hmm.
haven't gotten to current singing about depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's that middle ground of like, it's not goofy, but it's also not like that serious.
Yeah.
It can still be fun and funny and like,
Absolutely.
and colorful and weird.
Yeah.
And yes,
Spot on.
the album cover is a cat bird, but like it's a cool cat bird, like cat dog, but with a bird.
Yeah, it can make
Mhm.
no sense as long as it's cool.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That was beautifully said.
Thank you.
Look at you, Picasso. Ooh, I like it, Picasso. Yeah.
Picasso.
All right, my friend. You're number 1.
Out of control.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Let's hear why.
So number one and number two were duking it out up until last night where I just had to shut the computer down.
Love
Like
Dookie.
it
Yeah.
was the reason why Out of Control. I'm still second guessing myself, right? Like in this moment. So the reason
In
Out
this
of
moment, great band.
great band. The reason Out of Control managed to sneak by
Yeah,
was because it has that more new metal chugginess breakdown like
absolutely.
that. It's I mean it's always been breakdown driven, but like the new metal style, the groove, it's just more in line of what I would like them to sound like.
Yeah,
So every single song has me just kind of like moving my head up, and
100%. It's
when
very groovy.
when breakdowns hit, they hit like a truck.
Yep.
And when I put like my standout songs, there's like 7 of them. There's a
Whoa.
lot.
Yeah.
And I know it's kind of hard for me to say or try to explain why number one is when I just said Callous was perfect, but I can replay a lot of these songs in my head and out of control.
Yeah,
There are songs that I don't like adore, like the last one, Bite Down, is just kind of like a throwaway track
yeah,
of like, let's see how low we can tune our
totally.
guitars. And so like that one's a throwaway. But these songs that hit so hard for me.
Heck yeah.
So hard. And I love groove. I love grooviness. I love
Yes.
bass lines. I
Yeah.
love all that stuff. And they just did it so perfect. So the only really big gripe that outside of musically that I have, well, I guess it is kind of music, but outside of this is that, like we've mentioned this whole time with Christcore, is that they strayed away from it, but they, in moments of this album, said, if you don't like it, we don't care.
Yeah.
And it's like, congrats.
Yeah.
Like, no one is sitting here being like, I can't think of many people, even when this album came out, that's like, why are you no longer Christian? Like, I don't think anyone, I
Even
seriously
as a
think,
Christcore kid,
Mhm.
many people were not like
I don't
caring that
think,
much.
it feels like they just ran out of writing material.
Totally could
So
have.
that's
Or
why
it
they,
like was about their mom or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
And that's why they had Hank Williams Jr. write the majority of their newest one.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that is my only gripe outside of it. Is it just like, why are you so
Yeah.
like hell bent on? I don't think anybody's upset with you changing your direction of your belief
Oh
system or
yeah.
whatever. No one's
No.
upset with that because the world is also kind of changing in that regard too.
Absolutely.
Like having your religion involved in your music is not as much of a loud and proud thing as it was in 2012,
No.
2011.
Yeah.
So that's my only gripe with it. But I mean, I remember when Take Me came out and we listened to it in
Yeah.
my dad's truck because we work at the same place. So I was like, I know you don't like this stuff,
Yeah.
but give me like 3 minutes of your
That's
time.
so funny. Yeah.
So it came out while I was at work, and I was
Yeah.
like, we just have to listen to it on the way home really quick.
Yeah.
And I remember losing my mind.
Heck yeah,
And
dude.
even
I
he
love
was
that.
like, I love that guitar. I'm like, yeah, because it's groovy as hell. Anybody can love that
Yeah.
type of stuff. So that's why it's my number one.
I love that, dude.
It probably will change because I'll listen to Callous and I'll be like, oh my god, that was
Right.
dumb, you big dumb moron. So,
Yeah.
but I, if I could tie, I probably would. But
Right.
I
It's
think
a tough
it's,
one.
I think,
Genuinely, it's just been a tough catalog to go
mhm.
through.
I think it's just because of how hard hitting the tracks are in
Yeah.
comparison to what Callous is for me. That's why it's
Absolutely.
at number one. So, yep.
And my
So,
number one is Calloused. In my
rightfully so.
opinion, Calloused is a metalcore masterpiece.
Yep.
I think it is so well written because this is their third album at that point. Third or fourth?
Third.
Third.
Cost Milestone
Cosmos
Callous.
Milestone Calloused. And same thing. The first two are good, but I think Callous is when they were like, "This is what Gideon sounds like, and this is
Mhm.
how good we can be."
Yeah.
It is so fun. It's so heavy. There's such a good meaning. Caleb Shomo has a feature on this when he was doing his good screams.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to whatever that band became. But yeah, like
Gross.
Caleb Shomo, start drinking again, please. Your music was so good when you were sad.
Oh yeah. Or please have like your wife break up with him. He's
Yeah,
not
just
that
do
attractive.
something.
Beartooth can't be making that much money.
Beartooth being happy is like what? Anyway, I think Calloused is just the peak of what so many bands are trying to do.
Mhm.
And Calloused, when Calloused came out, I remember this very specifically. When Calloused came out, it was like a freight train going through a mountain of zombies. It just all of a sudden exploded, and everyone's like, "Oh!" And if you didn't know Gideon at that point, you were going to learn them if you
Oh
were a
yeah.
core kid at that point because they
Mhm.
just were so good. And all of a sudden, this is when also, in my opinion, I'm not sure if this is accurate, but just from my memory, is when Gideon went from that one band that just opens a lot of shows to people going to shows for Gideon
Yeah.
was when Callous came out. It was so cool. But yeah,
Mhm.
I think most bands are looking to make an album like Callous was because it
Absolutely.
just was so well done. It sounds great. You know what's funny is
Yeah.
that we're now in an era where bands are remastering albums that didn't need to be remastered.
Mhm.
Like I saw the Three Cheers to Sweet Revenge from My Chemical Romance got remastered, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Like, and what's funny is that you need someone that did like the work on Calloused. It never needs to be remastered.
No.
It sounds phenomenal, and it was like what 2014, 15?
14.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're 12 years past this album coming out, and it still sounds crisp and
Yes.
clean. Yeah.
The thing with remasters is that the it's a touchy thing because when you remaster an album, 99.9% of the time, it is remastering an album that was universally loved.
Absolutely.
And
Oh, yeah, they're not doing the
you don't want to remaster your
the
duds,
crap. Yeah.
but those are the albums that need remastering is the problem.
Mhm.
Because if you look at a remaster, or in some cases they sound completely re-recorded, period, like they didn't even
Absolutely.
take the groundwork from the first one. Prime example is Let the Ocean Take Me, Amity Affliction.
Yes.
That remaster was the worst thing that album needed. Like, that
If
was
you just wanted record
horrendous.
sales, you should have said that.
It,
But
it
they
was
even put out
horrible.
like another one. It was like, did you put this through AI? It is so
It was so
weird.
bad.
It was, and like when we talk about Amity, we
Hmm.
will go over this.
Yeah.
But like the magic of Let the Ocean Take Me, the original, is that it does sound a little bit tin canny.
Yeah.
That's the magic of it. That's why it sounds
Yeah.
so good. Is because it
Hmm.
doesn't sound perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. Like I think a lot of bands are looking for something as good as Callous sound because it just
Yep.
is locked in.
No, you're spot on.
Yeah, man, this is a fun ranking though. I like.
Hmm.
I forget about Gideon a lot
I do too. They're not
because
really when
they've
I.
changed so much. But then even listening to Callous, I was like, I could listen to this maybe once a week for the rest of my life and be fine because
Yep.
it's just so good.
It is. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And same thing. I played this CD in my parents' car until it like melted. I played this CD so freaking
The
much.
ghost of it is still playing in that car.
The
That's no
ghost
longer in
inside
the
the car.
family. Yeah.
I actually probably shouldn't make driving jokes about that band because the accent they were in. The accent that took away their talent.
Yeah.
But hey, Ghost Inside, if you're watching this, your music has sucked for like a while.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
while. We're talking like 6 years at this point.
Pretty much.
But yeah, man, Gideon was a fun band to talk about because I don't think about them that much,
Mhm.
which is good. I think for bands for our ranking, it is more fun for me to go over these bands where I'm not like they're not my favorite band because then I go, oh my gosh, I forgot how much I actually did love that album,
Yeah.
and I'm not like polluted by oh my gosh, I posted so much about this one band. I have to talk about this or
Of
whatever.
course. Yeah.
It genuinely was fun to
Hmm.
talk about Gideon this way.
It is. It is. And it's interesting to go over, especially a band that has not changed. I mean, they haven't really changed styles, but they've changed
Not
their
really, yeah.
direction in a couple different ways. It's interesting to see where it all began. And, I don't know about you, but I listen to them. I don't listen to anything else pretty much in between any album because I try to keep it as pure as possible all the way
Yeah.
through. And it's so fun to see, like, okay, you can see where they matured or where they took a step back or where they it's so fun.
Yep.
This is just.
And also the thing I think about Gideon is when it comes to features on songs,
Mhm.
Gideon is very intelligent in how they do it.
Mhm.
The features on these albums are mind-blowingly good
Yeah.
because they're not random and it's not for clout. One of the
No.
worst parts about metalcore is that sometimes you'll have features that happen. You're like, that was stupid, but like they
Yeah.
just wanted like a big name on it, and
Mhm.
it's not even like a metalcore name. Like Kellen Quinn will feature on freaking anything.
Yeah.
But these ones are so smart because they add so much to the songs,
Yeah.
and it gives it depth. It gives it interesting, and it shows that like Gideon is well connected, which is great. But also just that they're thinking about it. This isn't just we
Mhm.
want Brian Garris from a big band. They wanted someone who had that sound,
Yeah.
and he wasn't in a big band yet. So
No, not at all.
super smart how he did it.
No,
Yeah.
I just.
Like Caleb Shomo was Beartooth was pretty new, but he was still Caleb Shomo. Everybody knew him at that point.
Yeah,
Um,
but not from Beartooth.
but not from Beartooth
Yeah,
because Beartooth was very fresh at that point.
very
And then Drew York from the
straight.
one you love, Out of Control,
Oh,
from Straight from the
I
Path.
was like, really?
Stray was very well established, but Drew's vocals added so much to that song that it's like this is a genius way of doing this.
Yeah,
So take a note, bands, and how you feature people. Gideon did it right.
it's almost like because you can count on one hand how many features they've had in their career, and I
Oh
think
yeah,
that's the smart thing is that they're
it's not
picky and
constant.
choosy, but it's like clearly anybody can feature on a Gideon track, but they're not searching for features when every modern deathcore album has 11
Ben
songs
Dewar,
with 9. Yes,
yeah.
he's on everything.
Or
11
even
songs with
in
9
you're talking
features.
metalcore, hardcore, Matt Honeycutt, he'll do anything from Kubla Khan,
That's true.
and which is fine. Sometimes he has to, but sometimes he really doesn't,
No,
because his
I
voice
agree.
is distinct, but not to the point where you can go, "Oh, this needed Matt in it."
Yeah.
But yeah, deathcore especially, you get
Mhm.
the same 4 people featured in everything that they can be featured in
Yep.
because they'll do it for cheap.
It's
Yeah.
fair.
What was that guy's name? He used to be the singer of Acrania, Luke.
I can see him.
Yeah,
Luke.
he
That
did
sounds
a
right.
lot of stuff for a minute, and I don't.
I
What does
got
he even do anymore? This isn't necessarily the episode.
it. Well, I'm gonna because Crania is not even.
Crania broke up a
I
long
was
time
gonna
ago,
say.
and then he tried being a rapper. Do you remember that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I wasn't big into
There was
like.
a 6 month period of time where like 5 deathcore vocalists tried being rappers, and they were all bad.
All I know about
Alex Kohler from Chelsea Grin.
That's the only one I know.
Right at you. You're so bad.
Grudges.
Grudges. That's right. Yeah.
And then he came back. He's like, "This isn't working," so he went and made another deathcore band.
I know.
That's the
Seriously,
only other redeeming part of Chelsea Grin.
Right. Anything else about Gideon you'd like to say, my friend?
I don't think so. But
okay.
Besides the fact that I'm not proud of where my last two ended up, and it probably will change.
We'll do an abridgment to this episode.
Yeah. There you go.
And it's just you in the bathroom being like, guys, you made a mistake.
Shower.
You need to do like a YouTuber apology video.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
I'll bring my ukulele.
I never thought this is a video I'd have to make.
Yeah.
I'm
messed
shocked.
Up.
Yeah, but I messed up.
But I have to like start.
I'm taking accountability.
I have to start.
Yeah.
We'll put like a big thumbnail.
Yes.
Of like,
and then your notes app apology.
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've rewritten this 6 times.
You guys, I've taken time away from the internet to just understand me and to connect with nature. And yeah,
that's me.
Back to really last joke, and then we'll end the show.
Okay.
My friend Kyle and Trevor from Pit Therapy sent me a video yesterday, and it was like, what is metal moments or whatever, and it was like standard things metalcore bands say, and one was like, it is so cool that we got signed to a label, we're getting all these tours, it's amazing, I should go assault a minor. And I was like, that is freakishly accurate.
Yeah, it's metalcore vocalists and Minecraft YouTubers.
Exactly. One and the same. All right, Bryatt, if there's nothing else to say.
Nope.
That was this episode of the Amateur Core Kids. Find us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn.
Ooh,
indeed.
LinkedIn page.
Nice. Monster, MySpace, AOL, Petfinder, furryhaven.org,
Farmers Only,
farmersonly.com.
Yeah. All I can say is keep an eye out on Spotify, peeps.
And that's it. We love you. Thank you. Bye.